Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us His truth, and blessings to the elect. This is Brother Yukao coming with a very short lesson, Lord will be edifying. I'm just going to play this because this is, and I've seen it on the news about this pestilence called Disease X. Alright, but and I don't believe in coincidences. You know, the Heavenly Father shows you things. Yesterday I watched this film. And it's a terrible film. You know, you just have, like when you're doing something, reading or doing work on a computer, and just have the TV on in the background. This film came on yesterday, which is trying to mock the end times and stuff like that. But it relates to what is happening in the world right now. Now, this film is called Knock at the Cabin. It was made 2023, so only a couple of years ago, right? Came out, okay. And we know in the scriptures, all right, if we go to Matthew 24, when the disciples was asking Yahushua, what's going to be the signs of your coming? All right. One of the things that Yahushua said, and we'll get it here, just go straight to the point. Matthew 24:7, he said, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, and there shall be famines, and there are famines in the world right now. All right, even over here in the so-called West. All right, there was a thing on TRT World or something like that, showing that people are in Germany, and Germany was the industrial powerhouse of Europe ever since the last, pestilence, the last pandemic. The economy's gone down and people are accessing food banks, and that's going on here in the UK. Okay. The government is doing, breakfast programs, free for children, because things are that bad, even in the so-called West. All right. But around the world, there is famines. Okay. That's why every day you have food, shelter, warmth, clothing. Don't take it for granted, man. Thank the Heavenly Father for it, man. Like when you pray, thank the Lord that you can get up in the morning. Some people can't do that, man. Some people can't get up in the morning on their own. Some people can't, heat their house. Some people are getting kicked out of their houses. These are all things that we take for granted. And the more we come in to these end time prophecies, it's going to get worse. All right. So there shall be what? Famines and pestilences. All right. And earthquakes in diverse places. But the main point is what? Pestilences. And what is a pestilence? It's a plague. All right. And if you look in history, the worst, we know about what happened, what the Heavenly Father did in ancient Egypt for us, to destroy them ancient Egyptians, man. All right. He sent plagues onto them, man. They were wailing, they were howling, But in recent history, one of the worst pestilences, pandemics, is the Black Death. And guess who that was killing? It was killing our people. All right? It was killing our people. So when it says pestilence here, what does it say down here? Pestilence, fellow, pest, plague. Okay? All right?
Strong's G 3061. Loimas. Loimas.
Alright, Loimas, which means what? Plague, man. Alright, literally the disease, figuratively a pest, pestilence. Okay, and it was only a few years ago we had the scandemic. Alright, and in my family that hit my family hard, man. An uncle that I didn't know, he passed away. Who else? My aunt passed away first, and then a week later, my dad passed away, man. All right, so it was a very hard time for me, but the Lord got me through it, you know. And the reason why I was able to get through it is because the Lord put me in His truth. That gave me stability, you know, because my aunt was like a second mother to me. I could speak to her more than I can my actual mum. You know, she used to call me son. You know, so to see her perish and then a week later my dad perish, it was a hard time. It was a hard thing. Okay? So when we do these lessons, it's to warn you and to prepare you spiritually, because the Lord might take away your family members. He might take you away. All right? So we have to live every day knowing that nothing is for granted, man. We can't take every day for granted. We have to do as much as we can for the Heavenly Father day by day. And that's why when we don't do that, you know, the Heavenly Father's got, you know, a system where, hey, you know what I mean, you'll get chucked up on it. And rightfully so. Because that period of time, I'm telling you, it was a very hard time. And hard times are coming, man. The more we go into these end time prophecies, it's going to get a lot harder. All right? Now, we know that there's this thing called Disease X. I'm going to play a little bit of this. All right? Just to give you a little bit of background. I've seen it on the news here as well, but this is a good video that will explain it. All right, let me play it.
On high alert with fears of another pandemic. Travellers are being stopped and screened for Nipah virus at all major Asian airports, including Bali. The global response to the outbreak eerily similar to scenes during COVID.
Another issue on the agenda is a panel dedicated to the so-called Disease X, a hypothetical pathogen that may cause new pandemic many times more deadly than COVID. What do you expect to come out of those talks?
Today, the World Economic Forum actually has a whole session on this about Disease X. And what people are really worried about, and by the way, none of these sessions have anything on it about improved biolab safety. What people are worried about is creation of all these pathogens in these labs and then having another security breach, and then we're off to getting the world sick again.
Health officials in India have confirmed cases of the deadly Nipah virus, and that's prompted authorities across Southeast Asia to boost security measures, including screenings at some airports. Now, the World Health Organization lists Nipah as a priority disease due to its potential for fast-moving outbreaks.
Okay, there you go. So here's an example, right? So this has been on the news. Now, yesterday, this film came on, and it was called Knock at the Cabin. All right, have a look at this scene. I watched it. It was a crap film. Have a look at this scene, you know, because and look at the caption here: the deadly X9 virus. X9 sounds pretty similar to what we just heard. All right, let's play it.
Hundreds of thousands of people are going to die now. We've unleashed a second plague.
Bullshit.
Sabrina, put on the TV, please.
There have also been new developments with the novel X9 virus, which is proving particularly fatal to children. The X9 virus is highly transmissible amongst children aged 10 and under. These outbreaks seem to be originating in 3 distinct pockets of the world: Cape Town, Suffolk, England, and outside Nashville in Tennessee. Lockdowns in these areas have already begun, as numbers rise along with fear for the safety of those infected. Numerous public schools have been suspended, with some being converted into makeshift quarantine facilities. While there is hope that the virus will be contained to the geographical pockets in
I think I saw something, Andrew.
Communities are trapped in lockdown.
What?
Their children suffering.
What are you saying? I think I saw a person or a figure.
Turn the TV off. Where'd you see a figure?
In the light behind you. In the reflection in the mirror. when you were standing behind Redmond. Right before you struck him.
Eric, look at me. You have a severe concussion. She even told you would be extremely sensitive to light. We're under extreme stress here. I need you to listen to the words I'm saying. Breathe in for a second, okay? I've been reading about these X9 cases for months already. You know that. It isn't a fucking plague. It's a news report. They all knew about it before they showed up here and knowingly made it a part of their narrative. And this guy has been checking his watch all morning, just like yesterday.
Come on, Andrew.
All four of you have watches. What, you just showed up here like that? No, you knew you were coming out of this particular cabin where cell reception wouldn't exist. Did you see the banner at the bottom of the screen? It isn't live, it's pre-programming. It's a TV show. Leonard, Sabrina, all of them knew this X9 show would be on, and at what time.
Andrew, this virus is gonna spread everywhere.
It's a fucking pre-programmed show! They knew this virus show would be on at this time, just like they knew the Alaskan earthquake and the tsunami warning had already happened before they showed up here.
I'm clear-headed now. Always together.
You don't talk to him from now on, you talk to me.
Oh, this man. This man he's a real devil, man. He's a real devil. You know, he likes to show you in his movies. But really, it's the Heavenly Father, man. The Heavenly Father's in charge of this bitch, man. Alright? Okay? So, you saw in that clip, in that movie, that there's some kind of pathogen, and they call it X9. So, and that film was only, what, 2 years ago? You know? So, you know, and it matches what the scriptures say. That's why we showed you, that's the reason why I showed you that clip, man. Alright? What do they call it? They call it predictive, what's it called? Predictive programming. Alright? So it's not a coincidence, you know? But we'll have to see. Alright? We'll have to see what happens, man. You know? But at the end of the day, alright, we're not supposed to have the spirit of fear. Alright? This is 2 Timothy 1:7. Alright? For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Alright? So the Heavenly Father's not giving us the spirit of fear. So whatever happened will happen. But we know that these things are coming. Alright? You know what I mean? You know, and it's not the elite's agenda, it's the Heavenly Father's agenda. You know what I mean? This is his movie. Alright? This is his movie, man. You know? And the movie will end. Just like Apostle Paul, man. Apostle Paul. He was executed by the Romans, man, under Nero. Alright? The persecution of the Christians. Alright? And who's in power right now? Donald Trump. And from Apostle on down, we believe that that's Nero in the reincarnation, man. Alright? And Apostle Paul, you know, died in the faith. So if we have to die in the faith, that's a beautiful thing. The worst thing is to die and have fear like this guy. You know, like this guy. He's like you could hear the fear in his mouth. He's like saying, no, this is all pre-programmed, this, that, and the other. But you can hear the fear. All right. You know, the Most High is not giving us a spirit of fear. All right. When our time comes, just like Apostle Paul, you know, the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Father will put the Spirit in us to take it. Okay. This is 2 Timothy 4:6. For I am ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. And who's this? Paul. All right, this is Apostle Paul saying this, man. All right, because he knew that his death was near. Okay, he knew that he was gonna be executed. Okay, and many others. If you go into that history, there's a lot of good documentaries on YouTube about the persecution, you know, of the Christians, which are our people, by Nero. All right, there's some good documentaries on there. All right, you know, that is those kind of videos are good to see, because history repeats itself, and that's what's going to happen with many members of the elect, man. You know what I mean? We're going to die, you know. But the Lord is not giving us a spirit of fear. So we'll see what happens with this virus, you know, or this you know, this pestilence that's coming. You know what I mean? But the Most High, Yahweh Shemashah, is not giving his elect the spirit of fear, man. All right? But of sound mind. You know? So just a short video. I pray you're edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.